one of the biggest things that I always remind you guys is not to compare yourselves with anyone else. And so this is why I love getting fresh faces to kind of share what they do and how they do it, because we all do our businesses differently, and that's a good thing. It's not a bad thing. It's good that we have our own spin on things. And so that was one of the reasons why I asked Jay. I think she was a bit nervous that I was asking her because she's only done one, but obviously it was fun enough for her to go and book more in. And I think that's the important thing, is she had so much fun, she learned from it, and she's going to share the process with us tonight as to how she's done that, and I think you guys saw her first bingo party. She had quite a lot of people there. So it'll be interesting to hear how her second one has been, received and all that kind of stuff. So Jay, over to you.
Hey, can I just ask you a question? Am I supposed to see questions, or you're going to see them?
I can see them if you want. It's up to you. You can check it and answer them as you go, or at the end, I can read them out to you and you can
if you can do that.
them.
Yeah. Sweet.
Cool.
Hey, everyone. So for those of you who I haven't had the opportunity of meeting yet, my name is Jay. I was able to meet quite a few of you down at the SFR, which was awesome. Like Cindy said, when she asked me, I was just like, what the heck? Like, there are so many other people out there that she could have asked. And I can name quite a few of them as well. And I actually tried to avoid Cindy. And when I didn't hear back from her the next day, I didn't reply. She got through to me, I think 2 days later. I was actually sitting there that whole time like, yes, she's forgotten. Yes, now it's very close to the core now, so she's going to have surely found someone else by now, but I was wrong. So, but thanks, Cindy, for that. So my name is Jay. I've only just joined what feels like I've been here for like at least a year, but I joined Scentsy, I think in April. Hey, I think I joined in April this year. And one thing, when I joined, I had no intentions at all I had no intentions at all of growing the business. I was quite happy just to plod along, and just if people wanted to order, then I just continue on from there, yeah. But the change for me, before I get into the actual bingo part, was actually the SFR. So when I heard about the SFR, to be honest, and I told Cindy, one thing that I always worry about when it comes to things like this is I have no filter. So I apologize in advance if I say some things that may offend. Just know that I come from a good place. So when it came to SFR and I saw the price, like I heard everyone talking about it, I'm like, well, you know what? I might go down there as my kid's free weekend, so why not? But then when I saw the price, I was like, what the hell? Like, shucks, it's a lot of money. But I wanted to come to see if there's something that might just tickle me, something that might just push me over the line, something that, I wanted to come down because I heard that you get free goodies as well, especially before they come out. And so that was my reason for going, because it was a kids free weekend, and let's go with Elisa and them, and maybe meet some people as well. Unbeknown to me, I actually came out of that SFR with my mind so open. There was so much amazing things that had happened that weekend, to a point where while I was there, I think it was the second morning that we were there, and you know how you just feel something and it's just like, it's like fire, like, oh my, and that bullshit excitement. I was just like, you know what, like, this actually makes sense to me now. I can see why everyone's just so excited about Scentsy, why it's so addictive. So I was already good enough as is with just being a part of Scentsy for the product, which I'm absolutely passionate about. But anyways, point here is that SFR truly did push me over that line. Meeting a lot of yous, seeing how yous are, seeing how you are with your teams, seeing the whole GVT spirit, and from our leaders as well, especially Cindy and my brother from another mother, and Wayne and Elisa, who are the two that actually came in through, and then the final one was actually hearing Paki. So hearing Paki's why, and that was it. It was over. And so I remember sitting in the last, when we were listening to the last speaker, the one talking about the fufa, and fufa, one of them. And I got to a point where I was actually sitting there and I was studying out in my mind, because I had seen the Scentsy light, so to speak. Okay, what can I do? What can I do as soon as, because all the hype was there. So I was like, you know what, I need to put my runners on and let's go, let's build, let's whatever. And so I actually started writing. I've actually still got a piece of paper here as well. And I started writing about the things that I could do. And one of the things that popped into my mind was actually a Scentsy Bingo. Now, it didn't just come, it wasn't my idea at all. I had actually seen other awesome ones in this team who did, Cindy, can you mute everyone? Who were doing bingos, and I was told, hey, why don't you have a bingo? And the reason why I hadn't thought of that is because, number one, I didn't even know what a bingo was. All I had known of bingo when I was young was that it was for old, sorry, no offense, like for old people, how they do housing, whatever. That's all I thought, knew about bingo. But then the other part was my mind went back to baby showers. So we all know at baby showers, most of the baby showers, they have the little cards and you do the baby shower bingo with it. So anything that involves fun, I'm always there. I want to be there. And so I had that light bulb then. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do a Scentsy Bingo. And I got onto a couple of yous in here and asked for help. And to be honest, I would have preferred you to do this call. But like Cindy said, like, it is what it is. So I just jumped on, and I'm hoping that you can take something away with this. So thanks heaps to my girl Tassie, who, willingly came and helped out, and for the different ones who answered my messages. I basically asked questions, because I think I'm going to throw that story to the side for a second, come back in, and it's basically like this. Because I'm going to touch base on mindset. Mindset plays a massive part in your business. No matter what business you're in, no matter what industry you're in, it's all about mindset. And because I had decided at SFR on that last day and that last intake there, because I had made a decision that I want this, well, it made sense because I'm so passionate about the actual products. I love them. It made sense to me that, we need to switch it up. And so because I really wanted to push this more, then I needed to not sit there and expect people to do everything for me, not expect to sit there and just copy everyone else's, which is okay, by the way, copy what everyone else is putting out. I wanted to think more outside the square, brainstorm a bit. And so with that, even though I didn't know what Scentsy Bingo was, I heard it was fun. And because I'd made a decision, I want to do this, I want to get out of my comfort zone, then that was my job from there to research and find out exactly what bingo is, or to the best of what I can pull from different people's, and just get shit done. Hey, GSD, you might hear me say a lot about GSD, and that means short for get shit done. So with the bingo, what I did from there is, I think all of you know what Scentsy Bingo is. If you don't, then this is basically what it is. It's bingo, but you make it all about Scentsy. Now, I've spoken before. Some of you do know my story. A lot of you won't. But because I'm not a salesy person, I hate sales. Because of that, I have to switch things up, right? It's all psychological as well. People sit and go, but you hate sales, so how are you selling? So again, change that selling to sharing. So because I can work it like that, then I just go with that. Whatever works for you, go with that. So I hate parties. I won't do parties. And so hearing about Scentsy Bingo was the best for me, because now I don't talk parties. I taught Scentsy Bingos, and no doubt by the end of next week, I'm going to have something else that I'm going to think of, some kind of event similar to this, or well, with the same end result, so that instead of me sitting there going, well, I hate sales, and this is all about selling things, I'm not going to let that obstacle stand in my way. Do you know what I mean? It's like, okay, how can I remove that obstacle? Okay, you got to get smart. You got to get a little bit clever. So you sit there and go, okay, well, I hate parties, but I like fun. and Scentsy Bingo. When I look at Scentsy Bingo, I'm going to come back to the prices for that one there, and I'm going to come back to that story there as well. Scentsy Bingo. Think of it as a party. Okay, so and at the same time, think of mystery bags. Okay, so the way that I did it is this. Obviously, you set the date and you set your prices. Okay, so I put out 3 prices for the Scentsy Bingo, which is number one, $35. Now, you don't have to do it like this. I'm just giving you an example. I had 3 different bingo tickets that you can purchase from, right? $35 being the standard bingo ticket. Then the next one is $50, and the third one is $100. Now, the reason why I've got it like that is $35 is always my standard mystery bag. Okay, I charge those at $35. So I thought, you know what? I'll put that as $35 because that's how much people pay for the standard. Well, my standard, anyways, mystery bag, right? And then I thought, you know what? And the next one I'll do $50. At the same time, I don't really want to ask people for $50, but I did it anyways. I was like, you know what? $50 can be the middle one, and that can be obviously extra. They can get extra stuff for that. And then I could have actually stopped there, but then I thought to myself, you know, why limit it there? Again, this was something uncomfortable that I had. This is me stepping into uncomfortable zones. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to do a $100 ticket as well. And when I wrote that down, I sat there and went, who the hell would want to spend $100 on a bingo ticket? Or who the hell would want to spend $100? But at the same time, again, it's all about mindset. A lot of times we sit there, no matter what it is, we sit there and go, this is what the minimum result that I want, and this is what I'll be happy with. And we tend to stop there, and we need to stop doing that. Do you know what I mean? If this here is your cutoff preference, always double it. Always have a third option there for your customers, because if you stop there, you're limiting yourself and you're limiting them, you're limiting your sales. So that's what I threw out. So in a nutshell, this is what I drew up. So from the different people that I was able to pluck from their brains was this here. Okay, so picture this with me. We're going to go into a picture zone now. Okay, so your customers or your guests come in, similar to a party, but they come in, okay, they take a seat around the table, okay, they all get 20, this is how I work mine, okay, they all get 20 game cards, okay, so there's going to be 20 bingo games throughout that evening that you do, okay, and bearing in mind, because I'll put out those 3 different tickets, we're going to have different people paying different amounts, okay, so I'm going to start with the purpose of the bingo. Number 1 is to invite people into your space, or invite people to your zone so you can share all things Scentsy with them. Okay, yes, it is Scentsy Bingo, but it's pretty much a party. It's just you're taking the salesy part away. Do you know what I mean? Because Jay doesn't do sales, so you're taking the salesy part away. So when you do that, it makes it more comfortable for those coming, because we all know that when you're invited to a party, well, this is how I feel. When I'm invited to a Tupperware party or whatever party, first thing I think to myself is, crap, I'm going to buy something. They want me to buy something. Do you know what I mean? Or, oh, no, I don't want to go. I don't have money, or don't want to spend money on that stuff. Do you know what I mean? So your first aim is that you need to pull them into that room without them feeling, number 1, obliged to have to buy something. And so I feel that when you make it a Scentsy Bingo, you're taking it automatically away. So, hey, someone says, Jay, do you want to come to my party? No. Okay, Jay, do you want to come to my Scentsy Bingo? You're going to, whether you win or not, you're still going to take product home with you. You're going to have 20 chances of winning something. And then at the same time, there's going to be some nibblies there. It's going to be a nice chance to chat and meet new people. I've got our latest catalogue here. I've got some samples on hand, should you need some, should you want some. And I'll have some spot prizes as well. So, I mean, do you see what I mean? Like, party, do you want to come for a party? There's a lot of, you know, I mean, I'm not saying that parties don't work too, guys. Sorry, Cindy. And so when they come in, they sit down, they've all got their game cards sitting in front of them. And at the end of the day, they still go home. At the end of the day, they still go home with their packs. Okay, now I'm getting a lot of questions like, do you give them the same value? Like if they're paying $35 to come in, hey Baba, if they're paying $35 to come in, are they going home with $35? And how do you make money from it? How do you know what I mean? And I guess the answer to that, guys, is in any business, you got to spend money to make money, right? The way I see it is it's an investment to my business to expose my business to people or people around me and to their friends. Do you know what I mean? I'm not saying don't be stupid and go and undercut yourself, undercut everyone else. No, you invest, but be smart about it at the same time. So the answer to that question, the way that I do it, I don't know how the rest of you do it, is that yes, they do go home with the value of $35 or more. Okay, but I'm not saying, okay, all your $35 is going to that. We look at when we qualify for parties, when we place our orders and you bundle them and you get all those discounts. I do the math at the end of the day to make sure I'm not out of pocket. Okay, so please be smart about that part. So they come in, they sit down, they've got their stuff there, they're having some nibblies, and that's when the caller, aka me, will then start calling out the numbers. And they tick it off, and I'm pretty sure you know the rest of that. If you don't know, then you can just ask. So you go forward with the 20 games. So when someone wins the first one, then they pull a number, or they pull a paper from out of the my bowl, and then on that it will have like a Scentsy circle, or a car bar. Okay, so whoever wins, they get to pull it out. Whatever it is that they pull out, their item is sitting on the prizes table. Okay, and then we hand that over to them. That's game one done. Then we go over to game two, and so on until you've played all 20 games. Okay, now I do know of ones where that's all they do, and then they finish up. Then that's it. Oh, does anyone want to buy? But I'll tell you what I did. What I did is when I did my first one, I critiqued the hell out of it. Right? Got down, and as Cindy said to me earlier, what worked for you and what didn't work for you. So thanks to Tassie, who came and helped out with my first one. And at the end of the night and the next day, I sat down and wrote down all the things that I think went great and things that I could have done better and things that maybe I shouldn't have done. Okay. And it is important that we as consultants, we're business owners, okay, it's important for us as consultants to make sure that we are reviewing our own performance. So, when you're in a job place, you do your job and then they review your performance. Get into a habit of reviewing yourself in a kind way, not in a mean way, but I feel that if you're sitting there, review your business maybe at the end of each week or at the end of each week or end of each month. It's important, whether it's your business or your children or your studies or whatever it is, for us to actually stand still, take an hour in your Sunday night or whatever to sit still, go over your week in your Scentsy business. How many sales did I do? Did I make any sales? Did I plant any seeds? Did I hand out any samples? Do you know what I mean? Or did I not do anything at all? And a reminder as well is that you're going to be as successful or as unsuccessful as you allow yourself to be. We can't sit there and be like, well, this business isn't working for me. This business isn't working for me. I'm not even making money. Well, I am, but do you know what I mean? Don't be is it a fuffy or is it a fuffer? Do you know what I mean? Put that stuff aside, and it's all about mindset. Look at what you are doing, a fuffer. So look at what you're doing, what's working for you, and it's not even just about you, what's working for your customers. I can sit there right now and write down 10 of my customers' names, and all 10 of them are completely different. This one here doesn't like commenting on a post. That one there, prefers a one-on-one princess invites over the phone. So do they get a gift bag, or does that $35 go to the prizes? No, they get a I call it a take-home goodie bag. Okay, so they still do get equivalent to whatever it is that they pay, they get equivalent to that. Okay, and it's always best off wording it exactly like that as well, because sometimes you can get yourself into a little bit of trouble. See, it depends on how they look at it or how you look at it. It could be, retail price. Say I put, we've got this special going on at the moment for, what is it, $45, I think it is. Sorry, someone just asked a question. $45 for 6 bars. right? So if someone bought a $50 ticket from me, I can go put all those 6 bars into there and maybe put a $5 Scentsy circle in there, right? And that will become technically $50. So again, you be smart, pull those out, put 2 bars in there or put 3 bars in there. Do you know what I mean? Retails, whether it be you include the cost of the bag or the cost of the food or whatever. But the way I do it is basically if they bought a $35 bag, they are getting a $35 equivalent mystery bag from me. And you can top it up with whatever it is that you want to. Again, just don't undercut yourself. Don't rip your kids off. Don't rip your own income off. We don't need to do that. You know why? Because our products are amazeballs. Yeah, they're amazing as is. Yeah, I just got a bundle of $50 for $9.99. Oh, what? Where the heck did you get that from? So, point is, for me, how I do it is whatever they pay to come in is what they're going to go home with. Okay, and it's okay. Like if I'm sitting there, well, technically they bought a $35 one. I'm going to put $30 in there. So be it. Because at the end of the day, you can sit and go, well, that $5 was for like the little food or whatever. It's up to you. So where was I? Anyone know where I was up to? So reflection. Sit there in your business and reflect. Do you know what I mean? So after that first one, straight afterwards, I don't think I went to sleep till like 2 o'clock in the morning because I was sitting there. I'm really like that on myself, no matter what it is. I said, okay, how did I do? How did I do this past week? What did I do wrong? How could I have done that better? Do you know what I mean? So I like to apply that into my business, right? Because at the end of the day, your user out there hustling, so make it all count, yeah? So what worked for me was this, and I hear Cindy say it all the time, and it is so true. Do you know what I mean? Reach out to, maybe not in the words, but start somewhere, okay? Some people prefer one-on-ones or PMs. With me, I know that there's a lot of yous that get disheartened because you have Facebook pages, business pages, and not many people are liking your posts, or you know, I have one great week and you have a whole month. Do you know what I mean? And you get a little bit, what's that word, discouraged or embarrassed, or whatever word it is that you want to use. Okay, so if you are that type of person that has that mentality, that's okay. You're only human. We all feel like that at some times. Change it. Change the way you do things that not only just works for your customers, but it works for you as well. Because you've got to take care of you. You've got to take care of your heart, your mind. So if you've got sorry, I'm a little bit off track. Sorry, Cindy, you can tell me to shut up if you want to get back on track. If you get discouraged like that, get out of what it is that you're doing. Go PM direct, because to be honest, that's why I do it the way that I do. So right up until SFR, you would not have seen me post nothing. Oh my gosh, thank you so much, sis. I finally get it now. Okay. I used to sit there and think, and this was years ago, I go, oh my gosh, I only got 1 like today, but that's like amazing stuff. Do you know what I mean? And it discouraged, I ended up feeling discouraged. And then again, it's your mindset. If you're sitting there at the end of the week going, I'm feeling discouraged here because no one's liking my posts, no one is getting back to me about, sent out requests, would you like to order something? No one's coming back to me. If it's not working, that saying, when you continue doing the same thing over and over again, but you're expecting different results, you know where I'm getting at here? Change it up now. So if you're that type of person, and that's the type of person I was as well, oh my gosh, wasn't getting any likes, so I had to stop doing it that way. And then I went one-on-one. So how do I get these people to my Bingo's Ideal one-on-one? Because that's the way that I would like to be invited as well. What didn't work for me was, I can't really say what didn't work for me. I think everything that I did work for me. It's just that when I did my reflection time, I discovered and light bulb switched on of better ways that I could have done them, right? Okay, so I don't believe that nothing worked for me. It's just that I've now found better ways to do things moving forward. So I'll give you an example, right? Just gonna have a laugh. Probably gonna embarrass myself every now and then in this, and that's cool. So I'm gonna keep, I'm talking about mindset. You must be sitting there in your seats right now thinking, man, she is so strong. She's so this, and no, I'm not. So one thing is that I actually suffer from extreme anxiety. Like, you wouldn't even think, right? I suffer from PTSD and anxiety wise. And so when Cindy hit me up about this, man, it went through the roof. My anxiety went through the blooming roof. But if she was right in front of me, she would not see that. She wouldn't know. Do you know what I mean? Yes, you don't know, and a lot of people don't. Do you know what I mean? And and on that note, I know a lot of you actually do. And what we as humans, we sit there and think that it's a disease. We sit there and think it's something to be embarrassed about. We think that you're alone. And the reality is, the one of the first to get the full card, or do you change it? Change it up, Kylie. I change it up, and I'll just remind me to get back to that soon. So I suffer from PTSD, and that was from my marriage. And it made me go from such an outgoing person, this and that, or whatever, to like being reserved. And do you know what I mean? Like, yeah. So a lot of people still don't even realize that I suffer from that, and it's not a bad thing. And I want you to know that if you suffer from that, hit me up. Like, let's have some laughs about it. I also have anxiety and PTSD. Send me a PM, girlfriend. Let's have an anxiety cuppa, like video call or something, because trust me, I've been there and still am there. And the reality of it is, well, people sit there and say you can find cures and whatever. Nah, no such thing. All I found is that over time, I found better ways to deal with it. And so thanks, Cindy, for working with me on that one there. That's what I was actually hiding from you. And saying that, it doesn't mean, like I told her as well, that once I do things for the first time, for example, this call tonight, I'm going to be all good after tonight. It's always that first step into an uncomfortable zone. But once I get past that zone, I'm all good to go. Now, with that, I encourage you, and I'd like to challenge you, for those of you who sit there and let your mind control you, that is actually a form of anxiety. We just don't realize it. Anxiety comes in many forms. So I want to challenge you guys to this Sunday, or this Sunday evening, night, when the kiddies are down or whatever, I would like you all to pull your pen and paper out, and I want you to put reflect my Scentsy business, and I want you to write what went amazing that week, what went good, what didn't go good, and with what didn't go good, how could you have made that better? And then just overall, how can you whether become a better person? How can you try and switch things up? How can you take care of yourself mentally, spiritually, work, business wise, whatever? So if you can do that, guys, I'd love to hear back. I'll probably proper post up on Sunday night. I'll set a reminder for me to jump on to see how you have actually all gone. Write that list, because you probably don't even realize it's probably a shitload of stuff that you haven't even realized. So that there is my challenge to use. Getting back to this bingo, because this is what I mean by isolate. Bingo, you invite them in, they get 20 game cards. Well, that's what I did. They and in the middle of the table, you can see me, hey, sorry, it's a bit of a mess, because my next Scentsy Bingo is actually this: where do you get your bingo resources? Online or Target, or the dollars and cents store is where you can get them from. Now, I've got my next Scentsy Bingo this coming Saturday night. And it is booked out. Now, I know there's a lot of people as well that have heaps and heaps and heaps and heaps of people. I like to keep my first few, one or two, as quite intimate, for that very reason of being able to see, did it work? Hey! To see, in case all these people, it comes in and then they get to see all the flaws or, the gaps. So that's why I like to keep it intimate. Well, to me, the numbers that you did see, that's intimate for me. And so right now I'm actually in the middle of setting up my poor kids, my Scentsy setup, everything. So this is an example. So I've got seats around here at the moment, plus outside. Over here, I'm going to have a table of things that will be for sale, like available for purchase, for example. Hope I'm allowed to say that. And then over here is going to be the mystery bag table, the take-home goodies bag, as well as the prizes. And then on here, on the table, the way that I set it up is that you get your, just like my onesie, my Ninja Turtle onesie, is these here. So your little testers, spread them out. So spread them out around your table in front of them. Grab your good old trusted, this thingamajiggy, your order forms, have it placed there. Do get as creative or as non-creative as you want to. We just need to remember, guys, keep it as simple as possible. People like to get too flashy, or do you know what I mean? And that's cool, whatever works for you. Keep it simple, even if it's like 3 or 4, whatever, just down like that. And in the middle of the table, you'll have sprinkled out stuff. And the reason being is, so as they're sitting there talking, they might have some nibblies there. Then they, without realizing it, right, Diamond, they sit there and they start sniffing on them, while they're talking, not even realizing it. And then it triggers them, like, oh, then they start writing down the name of that. And then from that, it triggers questions. So while they are attending your event that isn't a party, they don't realize that they are actually at a party, but under the Scentsy Bingo window. Now, so the answer to that question before is, so you have a game card like this. Again, thanks to my girl Tassie. You'd have a game card down here. So if I've got 20 games, just pretend this is clear. If I've got 20 games, it might be 1 to 10 down here, 11 to 20 down there. And on the first line, it will say 1 line, okay? And then a prize. 2 lines, prize, full house, whatever. That way, as they're playing, they can keep track. Because can you put it closer to the screen, please? Oops. So put what closer to the screen? This is an example. I'm just pretending that this is clear. So you print out a game card. I can even post it up on GBT if you want to, of a game card that is pretty much like a program, like a bingo program. You know how it shows the order of who's doing the opening prayer, wink, wink, the first speaker and whatnot. So on there, you'll have a list of how the 20 games are going to go, yeah? In there, you might have after the 4th game, you might see spot prize, or after the 8th one, it might be the big prize. Do you know what I mean? And a big prize could be something, whatever. Hell, it could be a cake that you just made in the kitchen. It could be cookies, whatever. Mix it up so you're not out of pocket, so you're keeping it fun. Now, the aim that we've got to remember as well, that the reason for your bingo is exposure for your business. The reason for that as well is to draw people in a fun way. It's an awesome way for people, mums, and it's not just mums as well, to come together and meet each other. There's so many new friendships just from that first one, that a lot of them have gone away and who are now friends, which is amazing as well. Now, when this, for example, Joe Blob over there, okay, he picked out pots or whatever, just example, right? When you pull it out, don't just hand it to them. So this is one thing that when I did my self-reflection, that I wrote down and said, okay, from here moving forward, I'm not just going to go, yay, you won that, blah, 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 and you just give it to him and continue on to the next one. I sat down and go, okay, cool. My next one, I am going to, whatever it is that they've won, I'm going to stand there and I'm going to sell it. Okay? Maybe you're not going to sell it, but what you're going to do is, again, we're not going to bore them with a party, like a full presentation. What I mean by that is when you get it, you go, hey, here's one of the Scentsy pods. Does everyone here know what a Scentsy pod is? Okay. Now here you go and hand this around while I talk. Take 1 minute of the time, they hand it out and they sniff it. But while they're doing that, that's when you pull out the good old Scentsy Go. Okay. And you have it there because, man, that blows them away when they see that in action. Flick your light off and then show them, and that's like a 1 to 2 minute like infomercial break. Okay, so get creative, make it fun. Don't just start it and want to get to the end like I did with the first one. That's your exposure time. So if you think of that 20 games, and that means 20 opportunities for you to sell something. Okay, if we've gone through all the product, please don't bore them. If you've gone through all the product, you might want to switch it up and go, hey, tell them at the beginning as well, hey, there's a spot prize. There's a spot prize at the end for the person that answers the most questions. Make it fun, whatever's going to work for you. Okay, and with the twin pods, I just told them exactly what it was. I put the go on, turned it off, told them the settings, and literally keep it to a minute, 2 minutes max. Okay, and with my prizes as well, I never had complete items. For example, spot prizes is a good idea. Yes, spot prizes is a good idea because it keeps people actually listening. Do you know what I mean? You might even have a delicious cake there for the end to go, oh, the person that wins, you know, that gets the most answers right and whatever, you get to go home with this bad boy chocolate log. Wink wink, come let's halu. So you know, whatever it is that you think that could work for you, then do it. So again, it's important that while they are sitting there, that whatever it is that you do in your Scentsy Bingo, that you, number one, you don't want to bore them. Number two, you want to expose your business. Number three, you want to use any bit of downtime to go, oh, hey, did you know? Now, can you write that down, guys? When you're sharing, that's always a good start. Did you know? Did you know that? Did you know that? That's actually a good line. What is the minimum amount of people you need to attend? There's no, well, it's up to you. If there's 4 people coming, then that's cool. They can sit around your dining table. It's completely up to you. With me, I'd say the minimum I'd have at my party would probably be 10 or maybe 12. But again, don't feel obliged to, don't feel like you have to meet certain rules. Okay, so I'm just sharing with you what works for me. How? Again, party wise, we have people that sit and go, oh, but I'll probably only have 2 people come. Okay, well, your aim is to try and get 4 people there, for example. Okay, but hey, let's say, because at the end of the day, things come up. Hey, I can't come last minute, but it happens. If only 2 people can come, they're not onlys. They're not onlys. That is 2 people whose homes you are potentially going to get your Scentsy goodies in. And to be honest, you only need 1 person. You only need 1 person. Okay, and if you aren't getting a sale with that 1 person, something is up with whatever it is that you're saying. Yeah, because these products are the easiest products I've probably ever come across, and I've done a few businesses before, and this is stuff they sell them. They absolutely, thanks Leanne, that's my long story short, exactly what she just said. So they sell themselves. This is why it's important to don't sell yourself short. Don't undercut. We don't need to undercut people around us. Keep it sensible. And yeah, just I see this is why I like to not read the questions sometimes because I go off track, which is what I've done all night. Hopefully, if you've got any questions, pop it up. So again, keep it simple. Again, if you've only got 2 people, they are not onlys. Even if you've got 1 person, that is your potential. 1 person is all I need. Like I said, I hate sales. You won't see me sell things, but okay, if 1 person, all right, if I put a flyer out saying, hey, I've got 20 spots here for people to come to my Scentsy Bingo, saying of the night, they are not onlys. Love it. Yes, they are not onlys. Okay, remember that. Just like I'm not a only and you're not a only, please don't look at people as onlys. Okay, mindset. Okay, uppercut yourself if you need to. Stop yourself in that moment when you're self-sabotaging yourself. Self-sabotaging yourself, you're going to sabotage your income. Okay, pretty sure most of us have babies and we don't want to sabotage our babies' incomes. We don't want to cut ourselves shorts. We don't shorts fresh. But yeah, keep it simple. So hopefully I've gotten that picture right. So again, last time I'm going to repeat this after that is ask questions, and then that's pretty much all I'd have to say. Thank you so much for this. I'm leaving inspired. Paul Mardia, girlfriend. Okay, so come in, sit down. We're not going to bore them. We're not going to sell ourselves short. We're not going to spend $1 million. get them to pay $35 and do $1 million. We are going to do our infomercial break. So when someone wins something, take that opportunity to use that as an infomercial break, a quick one at that as well. Have your samples ready, because I'll tell you what happened at my first one, right? And people don't see this. You only see it yourself as, you know, whether it be a wedding or whatever, right? This is what happened. But people turned up and my chairs weren't even here. People did, but they didn't know, because I was like, hey, no one's allowed to come down this end of the house. I'm going to tell you all the things that went wrong. I go, no, you stayed on that end until we've like finished the last decorations. But really, my seats weren't even here, so no one had any seats to sit on. Because again, I took over the lounge and moved the lounge down to the other end. But they don't need to know that. So again, this is something that we do. A lot of us do, is that we're stressed. And please, when you have people come into, because I've seen it and I cringe, but I feel sorry for them at the same time. When people are coming to you for a party or bingo, whether there's issues, there's things, teething issues, big issues, whatever it is, remember that you are a billboard of your business. Okay, so if they see stress, they're going to feel stress and they're probably not going to come. Or do you know what I mean? You're going to make them feel uncomfortable. So we want to make sure that when we're coming into our zone, we are the billboard. Yeah, just like that share that I did yesterday or the day before. When we are going out, like I said, pull out those lanyards. On that note, pull out the lanyards. If you did it, is that how you say it? If you're at SFR, pull them out. Don't let them gather dust. We didn't pay that money to go for it to sit inside the you know, for them to gather dust. So it's glad to see a lot of you saying you're going to pull it out. At the same time, look at this. Do any of you know? Look at this, Scentsy. I got this off the Success store. And guess what? You know how I spoke yesterday about the lanyard? Okay, I have got a local coffee shop that turned around and bought one of those perfect bundle thingies. Again, because this attracted them. This is actually, probably doesn't do it any justice. But does anyone have this? And if you don't have it, please go on and order it, because this photo doesn't do it any justice. This does a lot of attracting, just like that lanyard did. Okay, so again, even like your blimmin', now Wayne, who cares if it's pink? Okay, with your Scentsy tops from SFR or any Scentsy shirts, wear them out. Again, be a billboard of your business. How is Joe Bob next door to you? If you've been in this business for how many months or even longer, wear your pink shirt, Wayne. Yeah, Wayne, I want to see what, I'm going to actually note that down here as well. Wayne, I would like to see a selfie of Wayne, Wade, and good old Tangaroa. Oh, and brother from another mother. Okay, so I've got you now on my hit list. I've got that here. So by Sunday night, I want to see a selfie of yous out in public with your top on. Attract, again, billboard. Okay, again, this is not something that I knew in the beginning. Yes, Scentsy men. It's important that our men, you know, do your part. You don't have to talk. Just put a shirt on. If it's pink, man, who cares? You just wear it. You know, that's a nice way to support your partners or your business as well, is just wear a shirt, you know, show your big guns, Wayne? Wayne, show your big guns. So I've got that on the list now, boys. So I'd like to see your guys Scentsy top, wear your Scentsy top out. Okay, we spent a lot of money for SFR, which was worth every penny. So pull them out. If you don't have a Scentsy top, go into Success store. If you don't have marketing stuff, or how are people supposed to know about your business if we sit in the square and just rely purely on social media? Again, get that brain ticking. Get out of the square. I love thinking outside of the square, okay, rather than being in the square, because to be honest, I've never been an in the square person. So have I said anything that is helpful so far, or am I literally just talking smack? So yeah, that's what, so what didn't work for me was time management. So time management wise, guys, this is an example of how I'm not letting that happen again, right? And how can I show it is, look, 2 days before it's not till Saturday night, right? And this is how serious I am. Once I put my mind to something 200%, oh my gosh, yes, I'm now planning my first bingo party. Awesome, done, sold, all worth it now. See if everyone's going, yeah, Jenny, yes, awesome. Now, just set the date. Okay, again, we stop ourselves too much. We self-sabotage too much. And I am a big baddie for that one there. Even like with this phone call, people don't see I suffer from anxiety. And really, it's the anxiety of the unknown. Okay, it's the anxiety of, are things going to not get done? Are things going to run smooth? Overthinking, yes. There you go, overthinking. Okay, so I feel yous if yous have been there before or currently there, I feel yous on that one there. So because on my list, the big one there was, GSD, get my own stuff instead of a housewarming party. I think I upgrade to a Scentsy. Yes, see, I love it. Okay, and I can relate to that because you know why? It's actually my birthday in a couple of weekends time, right? I never celebrate my birthday, right? But because number one, SFR kicked something into me that I literally, and I know you can all relate to it, the hype is there. Do you know what I mean? And the only time that light is going to go out is when you stop, okay? Or, when you're pedaling the bike and whatever, and then you kind of slowly stop. Eventually, you're going to stop, okay? And that goes with the light as well, okay? Don't let it dim. Do you know what I mean? It's just like a fire. Day is next month. I'm going to have bingo party. Yep. Awesome, Jenny. Okay, it's like a fire. We can't sit there and expect the fire to keep going if we are not feeding it, if we're not, AKA not doing our part. So hope you get what I mean by that. So point to that, what I was saying for, in regards to yours, Jenny, is that it's actually my birthday in 2 weekends time. So I decided straight after, during the SFR, that's it, I'm doing a Scentsy Bingo, doing first one. Don't know how to do it, but you know what, I just want to do it, so I'm going to turn up. And that was a big reason as to why my chairs weren't still here, because I was like, holy crap, I wasn't expecting this many people to come, and so last minute as well. But again, GSD, when you feel yourself slipping, get yourself back into that GSD, get shit done, no excuses. If you're going to feed your mind excuses, you're going to believe it, yeah? So I don't have time to think like that. However, I understand for others who think like that, because the reality is we can all think like that. I can think like that. I still think like that, but I kick that thought in their ass and I go in GSD. So because it's my birthday in a couple of weekends time, I have decided, because I don't celebrate my birthday, because I stopped celebrating when I was 21. So I have now decided to actually have my birthday as a Scentsy Bingo birthday party. Okay, so for those of you who haven't been to one, who would like to actually come and witness one, I am actually keeping it open. Okay, so for if you would like to come along, again, thank you so much for sharing. No worries, Kylie. Have a good night, and I'll see you online again. So I'm having one on the Saturday the 14th. Of September. So for those of you who haven't had one, that would like to come on, that would like to get some ideas, I am opening this up because I feel like I see so much love in here. I love that we are all sherry. We're not blocky, hidey, hiding things away. It's share. And it's like, do you know what I mean? Just share. At the end of the day, blessings. That's what I see, blessings at the end of the day. So if you'd like to tap into my Scentsy Bingo Party, but just don't mind the OTT stuff, because I can be a bit extra sometimes. So I'm still going to be doing the Scentsy Bingo and at those prices as well. But I'm going to have other extras there. For example, because it's my birthday, I might have a band there, or I might have a DJ there, plus extras. So if you would like to come, just send me a PM, because I won't be able to see it in here. I'm blind as a bat, but I will be able to later when I put some glasses on. Send me a PM. Also, take that opportunity. If you're going to tap in to come to my Scentsy Bingo Party, take that opportunity, guys. take that opportunity to bring a potential with you should you wish to, or do you know what I mean, a potential if you feel like some people might need to be built up by other people that might be there to make it look, you know, whatever, you more than welcome to bring someone with you. Just need to send me a PM, and then that way it then becomes like exposure for you. So if you bring a friend along with you, and if they want to do an order and I know you have brought that person, I'm not going to overstep that line with you and say, well, technically it's my sales because they came. I don't work like that. So long as you let me know that, hey, I'm bringing my friend, this is my friend, blah, blah, blah. Okay, then if they are touched by the Scentsy spirit by the end of the night, okay, if they're going to purchase, okay, those sales are going to go to you. Okay, happy birthday, pre-happy birthday to all of you. Use that time. If you've got other people doing it, take them along. Well, that's the way that I work with my team, with my teamies, my little teamie. Is they bring someone to my Scentsy Bingo and they want to buy. Doesn't matter if I did the work for it. I don't look at it like that. We are all family. Yeah, bring them along. Just send me a PM. Those are the prices. Yeah, whatever. Do you have any questions? I think that's pretty much almost it for me. I've said I had my little dot points here. And there's. So yeah, how if I suffer extreme anxiety and have touched base on those things there, right? Then at the end of the day, if I can do it, then so can you. Okay, you might just need someone that's walked in your shoes before. Send me a PM. I go, hey, you know what? This is what you can do. This is how you can better handle it, right? So I think that's pretty much. And a massive shout out to Baba, Jenny. Darcy, all of you, and sorry, I'm not going to name names because I know I'm going to forget to say one, who, when I jumped and asked the questions, you just jumped straight at it. You weren't all hidey like that. So we don't got time for hidey around here. And yeah, I'll leave you with this here. Keep it simple. Okay, when things start getting complicated, it means you need to go back to your basics. Like, no, I won't say like, don't compare yourselves, okay? Not all businesses or things in lives, not everything is all about butterflies and rainbows, okay? If you think like it's not. We are as successful or unsuccessful as we tell ourselves, and as with whatever it is that we put in. Whatever we put in is what we're going to get out. If you reach your plateaus, call out. If you, again, reach your plateaus, stir it up. When you see events, go for it. Don't be a foofer. We're all in this journey together. We've all just got different reasons as to why we're in here. But at the end of the day, these are all our products. This is our Scentsy family. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. You got any questions? That's pretty much it from me.
Can I just say, you had us laughing, you had us like being relatable. We were like, oh yeah, I can relate to that. And you gave some really good one-liners, like all your little like quotes and stuff. I think everyone was like writing them down. I love the quote of "You're not onlys" and how you explain that, you know, 2 people is still 2 new homes that you have, like, you know, that you have open to you. I don't know. I really loved it. I was engaged the whole time. I think you answered everyone's questions. You were really good with keeping up with the questions, and you were worried about that, but you kept up with the questions and the comments as you were presenting. So I don't think there's one that you didn't answer. Yeah, but thank you. Like, we really enjoyed it. All the directors are all on the chat saying how amazing you are. So energy and all that kind of stuff. So I do have the recording that I'll put up. But thank you so much, because I loved how you didn't just share about bingo, that you talked about mindset, because it is really important, and it's really awesome to hear different people's perspective on mindset, and how each person gets through it. And I didn't know that you suffered from anxiety. I probably wouldn't have asked you, but I'm glad that I didn't know, because you cannot even tell, like you cannot tell that you suffer from anxiety at all.
Yeah. OCD and plans.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, and like I said, like, you know, I could have just let that beat me, and I could have just turned it down. I could have just blocked you.
Yeah, you could have ignored me.
But like I said, I don't think it will ever go. You just find better ways to deal with it, right? Change it up, mix it up, and whatever. And that's the way that I deal with it, is when I feel like giving it up, that's actually when I put more into whatever it is that I'm doing. When I'm triggered or whatever like that, especially in the anxiety, then that's when I'm just like, nah, you know what? Right now I don't want to do it, which means I want to do it. So just in future, Cindy, or anyone else, if you would like me to do something similar to whatever, okay, the best thing is just don't ask. My family know that. Don't ask, just tell me. Okay.
So when I voice messaged you and said so.
Yes. Don't ask, just tell me. And I'm like, yes, sweetest. You know what I mean? That will be a lot less anxiety from myself, because if you're asking me, you're actually giving me an option to say no. Yeah. Which is why I'll store there. But if I say, hey, you've got to do this, well then I'll go do it. Hey, Elisa, she knows all about it. She'll message me and go, hey, go do this, and I'll go do it.
Honestly, I don't even know why you're nervous, because you're a natural presenter. So honestly, everything from great tips to quotes to making us all laugh. So it was really, really good.
I'm a goof boy. Yeah.
Thank you.